Hi Virgo, this is going to be your April mid-month, well, May reading. The rest of them might run into May because we're approaching the end soon here. But anyway, yeah, this is your April mid-month reading for Virgo. And sometimes I use songs and movies to incorporate into the reading because it usually correlates and I just use it for the message. And what I got for you was Canyon Moon by Harry Styles. So what I was like reflecting, well, what I was getting with that is reflecting on the past and recalling happy moments. There's a weird desire or yearning to go home. This could simply be you, Virgo. You're straight up homesick. But I was also getting homesick for a place that doesn't exist. You know that's a thing. Isn't that something people say? You're homesick for a place that doesn't exist. You know how people say that? Wanting to go home, but it feels like you don't have one. Feeling lost. Self-discovery. Awakening. And and usually what I like to say, it's so true actually. It's like usually confusion and struggling is like you need that because you're about to find your life purpose. Or yeah, struggling to find your life purpose comes right before you find the breakthrough, awaken, or you know what I mean. It's different for everybody, but that's what happened with me. Went through a really weird period of just feeling like my life is on hold, feeling lost, not knowing what to do. And those are common feelings, so don't feel bad. But also what I was getting is this could be someone else. So like homesickness for a place you've never actually been to is a reality for a lot of us. Perhaps it has something to do with past lives. Or someone you've met in a past life. I don't know. Let's get started. So, what I was getting with this is like letting go of an emotional connection. Where I see it as being forced to. There's pressure here. And then with this, there's no growth. There's no growth with this. Or someone didn't think it would help them grow. Or someone's not, what's the word? Thriving in I was getting that especially with this section. Someone's not thriving in the environment they're in, the community they're in. I see that as like, I'm going to try to stop saying like, because sometimes I say that too much. So either just the setting you're in, where you live, your neighborhood, the people you're around, you still feel homesick when you're around everyone you should be happy with. That's just what I'm getting. And then over here, Knight of Wands is usually in and out. I see that as like someone can't make up their mind. Someone can't make a choice. Justice can also be choices, balance. So there's no balance here. Or you desire balance. I see someone, this is a person who's torn between two different places or two different homes, two different communities. That's really strange. You desire adventure, you want to experience new things, but then as soon as you experience new things, you're right back. You want to go back. Can't really stick your foot in just one area. Mature woman. I think this is you, Virgo. You don't have to be a mature woman, but you can be. I just see this as you. Mature. I got these two. Well, I'll get to this later. I got this in another reading next to this one. I always see the mature woman as someone, she knows what to look for this time. She's seen it all now. So I think maybe this represents unable to make a decision. You want to explore first. You want to see, like, dip your toe in all these different things before you actually set out, you know? And then over here we have Mature Man. And Three of Pentacles reversed can mean literally no growth. not learning from your mistakes. And then that's clarified by this, which Two of Cups can mean relationships, union, divine timing, coming together to give each other a cup, equal, balanced. There was a lack of balance here, and there's still a lack of balance here. Someone didn't learn from their mistakes, but I think you did. This is looking really good to me. This is someone who went through a period of self-discovery only to feel like this. None of these are in reverse. I think this is more of you before. You've released this connection because there's no growth, and it's as if you guys went your separate ways to see if that's all it needed. You guys growing, and then you could eventually come back together and it would be different. But for some reason, I'm getting it wasn't different. This person didn't grow, this person didn't learn from their mistakes, this person doesn't want to commit, or maybe you just don't see commit with them anymore. You wanted this, but maybe they're not on the, you guys are not on the same page. Homesickness, I just keep getting that in my head, and I also get, whenever I see this, I think of travel. I think a lot of you guys have done some either traveling or some serious soul searching. You guys needed that because you felt lost, and when you feel lost, I always say this, when you feel lost and when you don't know who you are, it doesn't mesh well with your relationships, because you'll look for stimulation outside of your relationship because it always feels like something's missing. I feel like it's mostly with this person. I think it's mostly actually a guy. I don't know, I'm getting that vibe here, and I find it funny how with this I was even getting that feeling it was a guy, and it's like mature man. But I have this strange feeling they're not quite there yet. They didn't learn from their mistakes. They needed to read a book. I just got some like really bad sarcasm in my head. I was like, they need to learn how to read a book on how to be a man. Okay. I feel like that was actually a Virgo speaking here. They need to learn how to be the man. Yeah, they do. They really do. Or maybe they're actively learning, and that's why they don't want commitment right now, because they know they can't offer you anything, and that's fair enough. But, or maybe that's because they're traveling. Three of Pentacles reverse can also be a poor work ethic. So that could very well be, I mean, that's a huge thing with guys when they don't feel financially stable. They feel like they can't have a relationship, or it's just not gonna work, and it's different for everybody. But yeah, you had to release this person, this connection, because there's no growth here. And I also got that homesick thing, just straight up the whole entire community, place you're in right now or place you're from, you just want to go home. There's like still that homesickness feeling. But I think after your soul searching, going back and forth between, I see 2 different places. Justice could also be making a fair choice. It's like, what's the best, I just got like, what's the best choice to do? Someone here's weighing out their options. And I feel like you're also weighing out the options with this person. Should I release them or move on? That could actually be, Virgo, why you're always stuck between 2 places and it feels very hectic. You're in and out like the Knight of Wands. So you're taking out, you traveled with this person, you were more of a ride or die. And let me tell you something about that. Be careful, because some people either take advantage of that, or it's not gonna help you prosper in the long run. Don't wait for anybody, because this person just feels very behind you. And I'm not saying that I'm better than everyone attitude. I'm saying as in they need to learn. They need to read a book. They need to learn how to be a man. I don't know, I just keep getting they need to learn how to be a man. Because it's as if you stepped into your true femininity. You know how to be a woman. I just got true masculine power and true feminine power. I'm not gonna get into twin flames right now because I don't like the labels masculine, feminine, because it's all just really energy, if you ask me. And at the end of the day, whatever is for you is for you. But kind of like the twin flame journey, she's more ahead, and then he's still discovering himself or something. He still needs to learn how to be a man, but I don't really know where that's coming from. Maybe he lacked I don't know why I'm getting this now. Maybe he lacked a parental figure. He doesn't know. Someone feels, that could be it. This person feels lost because they lacked a parental figure in their life, or some form of guidance. They feel like they lack something, and that's where the homesickness, that lost, I need to soul search before I even commit to someone, because I don't have my shit together. Remember I said poor work ethic? Someone's just, and also not learning from your mistakes. I feel like someone screwed up with you many times, Virgo. There's no growth here. You had to release it. Something about a community too. I don't see this as them. I mean, it could be. Oh, I'm getting marriage vibes off of this now. You guys could have talked about getting married, or I don't know why I just got left at the altar. I really hope that didn't happen, because I'm getting that vibe here too, as if something was just none, zip. It went from, I just got 100 to 0 real quick. And also notice how the mature woman is in front of him this time. It's like he's at a 5, but you're at a 6. You're just farther along. You get it now, but I don't think this person quite understands who they are yet. They need to read a book, like I said. And I feel like they also just need to, I think the world here, the globe represents just a lot of soul searching, possibly actual literal traveling by themselves. They could quite literally be on a road trip, or they crave adventure. It's almost like you couldn't keep up or something. Between 2 different places. You're stuck between 2 different places, and I think it has to do with this person. They live farther away from you, or you're always going back and forth, taking many flights. I don't know why I just got flights. Fast, quick and back. And I feel like that's a lot of money too, going back and forth between. I don't even think you can travel right now. So you're forced to make a choice of what to do. How are we at? 12 minutes. And as for this song here, some of the lyrics in that song are, that's crooked, that's bothering me. I'm going home. Someone's making the choice to go home, whether this is a physical home, something that resonates with you, a childhood home where you grew up. I need to go back because I don't feel, something about just not feeling like you fit in with this community. This place isn't for me. Or you could quite literally say, I'm done sacrificing for this person, because even though they're going down a different path, I don't think this is mine. 2 different paths. See? This could have been union. This could have been divinely guided. Like, I think there is a chance you guys could come back together in the future, but look at this. No growth. No growth. That's interesting. It's like, I'm going home. I just got I'm coming home. Do you know that one song? Tell the world I'm coming home. Tell the globe. Tell the world I'm coming home. Interesting. This person could be coming back home to you, because I'm getting, this is sort of past now. This is what they were, the energy they were emulating before, but now maybe they are a changed man now. Not as in, like, they did something terrible to you and now they get it. No. I think this just had to do with 2 different people going on 2 different paths because it wasn't time yet. Or something like that. What else was I gonna tell the world I'm coming home? Like, it's like an announcement. I'm coming back. Because I think you went back to your hometown or something. You couldn't be that. I don't know why you keep getting ride or die. You didn't feel. It could have been something for them. They could have resonated with this, but you didn't. you were stuck between two places but I think the only reason you were was because of this individual. But now it's like, I need to make a choice what's good for me. And I think you did. I don't think you're with this person right now, but I'm also getting, I got this weird, when I was meditating on this before, I got this weird image of someone actually looking at the moon and thinking about life, contemplating. I think you may have introduced or inspired this person in a way. Something with the moon as well. Remember the song? It's called Kang and Moon. You guys that could have been your thing. Maybe you started it. Like, oh, look at the moon. You could have had nice talks in front of the moon. Deep conversations. I don't know why I keep getting that. Just a deep, deep connection with the moon. And as we know, the moon card with tarot, it's ruled by Neptune. And Neptune can be inspiration. So what I'm getting is, Virgo, you're the inspiration for this person. And what's really ironic, I brought up that, I don't like mentioning this, the twin flame thing again. You're a little ahead. They still have to learn. They still have to read a book. They don't quite get it yet, I don't think, but they're starting to. And I think it's because you're the moon. You are the inspiration, the creativity. You offer a new outlook on life. And for some reason, I think you already got your soul searching out of the way. I mean, everyone's still learning. Healing is infinite. We're always learning things, putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations. But I think you finally made up your mind. Like, here's the chaos. I don't know who I am. I don't know where my home is. Oh, I just got that song by Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. And then you're like, wait, yes I do. I'm the mature woman now. I've seen things. I've been in many different relationships. I've had the chance to see and live in different areas. But now, I think I finally decided I need to go home. Goodbye. This home could even be somewhere you've never been to before. Like, that's a thing. Somewhere you've always felt like you belong to. That's why I brought up past lives, because this place that you feel strangely connected to, I think everyone has that place in mind, like whatever it is for you. Maybe you lived there in a past life. Maybe you were connected to it in some way in a past life. Maybe you met this person there in a past life. There's a lot of past life things here, I swear. Either that or it's a very strong, I'm just going to call it a soul connection. And Virgo, you're farther ahead. It seems. And you serve as an inspiration for this person. It kind of reminds me of one of the twin flame readings I did before. You're just the moon to this person. I might even title that the video somehow. But I'm just going to repeat that one lyric in the song again. I'm going home. I just got honey, I'm home. That's corny. But this could very well be them. It's like, don't worry, I'm coming. I just have to figure myself out first. But I'm really proud of you though, because I don't think you're waiting for them. There's a disconnect here. Maybe you guys still talk, maybe you guys still are connected, but not in a romantic sense yet. And I don't think you should, because divine timing, union. There's no stability here, no growth. Like, but I think there will be. But come on, two counterparts here. And I found it funny how she's before him, as if you awakened first, or you came to many realizations first. You did all the soul searching first. And now he's just doing his part. And it's like, when you guys get on the same vibration, that's when it'll be upright, Three of Pentacles, possibly marriage. Oh, and I forgot. Funny how I forgot to do the end of the bottom of the deck, marriage. And notice how marriage is 3 and so is this. This is where you guys are at now. No commitment, not really learning from your mistakes yet. But I see this as the union, whatever that is for everybody. And sometimes what's interesting, union isn't something you can get to. Union isn't really a physical thing, place, whatever you want to call it. Union comes from within. Kind of reminds me of that homesick feeling where we feel like we need all these things outside of ourselves to feel validated or pleased. But then once we change our perspective, you realize I am home. Home is wherever I am because I love myself and I feel comfortable. But maybe it could have just simply been I desire change, I desire travel. I like doing things, like spontaneous things, and that's fair enough. But I don't know why I felt desired to say union comes from within first, because it really does. And I just heard that song again. I don't know where my soul is. Your soul, you are one soul. I think this with this person, if this is your twin or a soul connection, you guys share one. And when one does that, the other follows, but in a different way. But I think you're doing this effortlessly, naturally, making the right choices for yourself. And yeah, I keep getting that moon thing. Like this weird Neptune energy, like you're someone's inspiration. Following the dreams. You're following your dream, so are they. For some odd reason, I'm getting this weird vibe that a lot of you are surrounded, both of you separately are in places you don't want to be. The circumstances aren't ideal. That's interesting. But I just keep getting this, I get that thing again with the moon. Someone's looking at the moon while they think of you, Virgo. And I think you introduced, I don't know, this moon relationship with them. You guys always felt really deeply connected to it. And the moon represents powerful feminine energy. And notice how I said 6, she came before. That powerful feminine energy inside of you is inspiring everyone around you, especially this person. It's like if she's living in her true purpose, I want to live in my own true purpose. Oh, and I forgot the overall energy here. Hermit reverse. Extreme isolation. Almost too much, if you ask me. I don't know what I'm getting. Like, a lot of you, that could just resemble the separation. You guys don't really understand each other right now because you're at different... I think that's actually him. Deep soul searching and isolation. He's probably alone. Alone with his thoughts. Probably reading a book. I hope so. Just kidding. Just straight up self-care. I don't see anything negative about that. But underneath that, we have this. It's a little bit of almost too many thoughts. Maybe too many books? I'm just kidding. There's a little bit of regret and remorse, I think, here. Someone missed he or she, doesn't matter, missed an opportunity. It's like they're upset they couldn't commit or it wasn't time because they don't have themselves together yet. And I think they beat themselves up for that. All the time, actually. That's an insecurity for this individual. I think that's also something this person needs to figure out. It's like, yeah, it's good to be stable, have money. But when you make that your entire identity, remember how I said things outside of you to validate you? Maybe for this person, money is home. Money makes them feel comfortable because maybe they didn't grow up with that. That could also be the back and forth between homes thing. This person feels like they have a duty to fulfill, but they don't really like it here. That's weird. And right underneath that, we have despair. 5 of Pentacles energy. Whenever I see this, look, not hiring. Didn't I say with this, it could be a poor work ethic or just having trouble with building your empire, learning, not learning from your mistakes. Not hiring, I'm also seeing too, could be rejection. Maybe that's what this is. You rejected this person because you realize it's just, they didn't learn from their mistakes. They're sort of, you had to leave them behind because it was, you're going down a different path, and I just see 2 different paths here. Not to be all cliche, but it's true. And then it's like union can happen. Another 3. I'm really drawn to this as if this is the 3 of Pentacles upright or something. Marriage is possible. Union is possible. But union happens when you realize that union isn't something you get to. Union comes from within first. Union from within oneself. And then here it comes. Whoop. Then you guys can build together because you're already done building by yourselves. Catch my drift? But I think you were just a farther ahead. This really, really intense, powerful, feminine energy. I feel like that's literally you. They view you as powerful, Virgo. Very, very, very powerful and inspirational. They think you have it made or figured out already. It's like they just look up to you. I think that's also what intimidates them. This alpha woman energy, as if you have the money, you have the looks, you can have anything you want. You can go back and forth between people. I don't know, I'm getting that too. I see that as you have options. Come in. Oh, you can come in and leave them whenever you want. As if this person's scared of being abandoned. That's interesting. That could be another thing this person deals with. And don't get me wrong, Virgo, that whole homesick thing can also still apply to you, like I said. This weird desire to go home, you guys, there's still a missing piece there that isn't being filled. And that's exactly why you guys are probably separated, because you need to figure out what that void is first. What's missing in my life? And back to that weird thing with the moon. It's like you both look at the moon when you're not, it's like a movie moment. You look at the moon, and then so do they, and they're talking. Reminds me of that thing in Home Alone where they're both looking out the window, and she's like, "Good night, Kevin." And she's like, "Good night, Mom." That's so interesting. Some form of telepathy, or you guys just do the same thing. Mirroring. He looks up at the moon when you're not around, because like I said, the moon is the feminine. Inspiring. And when the feminine's not there, which I'm sensing, there's a separation here. They look at the moon to feel inspired, to feel like they can go on still. That does to make them go on, because sometimes they feel like they can't. And I think they also miss you a lot, Virgo. They definitely desire higher commitment with you someday, but I think it has to do with a lack of stability. And a lack of identity as well. Remember I said union within oneself. You're obviously a little higher, but it doesn't mean you're any better. It just means you got a head start. So drawn to this. There's also deep isolation. You guys are alone. I feel like you guys are having to face these things alone without one another, and that's why you look up at the moon. You guys feel very inspired by those little sentimental things. Looking at the sun, looking at the stars. Could have looked at the stars with each other. Getting that specifically, you did those cliche movie coupley things. Someone here could also be into astrology, or they study something with the stars, the planets, the moon specifically. Something about it is inspiring, so you could be a creative. you do something that's very... Neptune just screams creativity to me. Inspiration could also mean a muse of some sort. They look at you as their muse. They have, okay, Virgo, they have a weird thing. Someone could have, like, the connection with the moon, like I said. They could draw the moon. They could paint the moon. They like songs that have to do with the moon. Getting that too. There's many songs like that, actually. There's one actually popping into my head right now. It's called Luna by the Smashing Pumpkins. That's a really cute, sentimental song. Almost sounds like a nursery. Like it's taking place at night. I also just got a lullaby. Someone could be writing a song for you. That's why you are their inspiration, because they're a musician. Neptune also rules Pisces, right? And I just thought of Pisces Mercury again. Those individuals, they need music. They thrive off of that. So I don't know why I'm getting that too, as if this person speaks to you through music or you speak to each other through music. This just got really deep. But I think you guys are separated right now. You guys had to let this connection go because it wasn't able to get off the ground. There's definitely emotion there though. It just wasn't able to grow in properly. Because you guys are... external influences are to blame. You guys are homesick. There's a void, and you guys need to figure out what that void is first. But in the meantime, you guys are definitely on each other's minds. Definitely connection here. Has the potential for higher commitment. Maybe not now, maybe not later, maybe not tomorrow, but I don't think that matters. What matters is the present moment. But you guys are, for sure, there's a connection here. And a very, very powerful feminine energy, which I see as you, Virgo, influencing this person day by day. And the moon is also subconscious, which is really funny. I think that just, the moon can be really intense feminine energy, but it can also be subconscious. And usually the masculines are subconscious. They're not as aware to their true power, but you are. I'm surprised I didn't get the sun, because like something's being illuminated. Something's close to being illuminated. Someone's intense soul searching. I finally understand how the moon incorporated to this reading. Canyon moon. I definitely have this vibe, you guys, that was a special thing for you. Look at the moon. Oh, I'm looking at the moon right now. I texted you. I don't know, I texted you. Wow. It's like subconscious and conscious coming together. But this dude's getting there. Probably reading some books. He quite literally could be reading some books. Learning about something new because you inspired them. Maybe that's something new. I got something with stars, planets, galaxies. They could be learning more about astrology, more about you. They're really interested in your sun sign, which could be Pisces or something else. Doesn't have to be Pisces. But I got that whole Neptune thing and it made me think of Pisces. It's just something they're reading up on that maybe you're into, something you inspired or influenced. Could be they're suddenly really interested in the moon. They look at the phases of the moon. You know those weird articles where it's like, full moon today, it's gonna look like a rabbit or something really strange. Could be something like that. So Virgo, if you're into things like that, this person's definitely starting to be interested in it as well. They're kind of following in your footsteps. 6 after 5. 6 comes first. Well, after, but it's higher. It's a higher number. Higher along, but he's getting there. I'm getting that travel thing again. Maybe traveling for work. They're forced to do something like that. And that's why you guys are separated. You eventually had to turn your back because like I said, their life, what they're comfortable with, isn't necessarily what you are comfortable with. And that's okay to say no. I think you did. I have to think of what's right for me now. And I think what's right for us right now is to go apart. Ooh. Dang. Union will happen when it's time. This really just gives me goosebumps still. This has the potential for marriage. And even that song I was talking about by the Smashing Pumpkins, a lot of people use that as their wedding song. So for all I know, that could be your guys' song or just the general theme about it. Luna. I just got lunar eclipse. What? Come on, 2 3s. Are there any other 3s? No. Wow, Virgo. I can't believe I got all those messages out. Essentially, there's a really intense homesickness feeling. And perhaps that homesickness feeling could be them having to go on without you. You are their home. Like the yin and yang here. A balance. Justice can be balanced. They feel unbalanced without you. But that's the very problem, I think. There's a little bit of codependency here. As I was getting with other signs this month. So it's almost like you pushed them away so they could find their own wings. Because they needed it. So don't ever beat yourself up like, oh, I should have stayed with them, I should have done this, I should have done that. Because guess what? The universe never makes mistakes. And whatever you guys have been through, whatever you're even doing in the present moment, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You guys are supposed to be apart. They have learning to do. They gotta read some books. I keep getting that they need to learn how to be a man. Because it's almost like they don't have a good role model of that or something. This person could not have a father. Maybe they do have a father and he's not he picked on those traits or something. I don't know, but there is potential here. I feel you guys could turn this around. Okay, Virgo, that's the end of your reading. Make sure you look up at the moon tonight. I'm just kidding. Please subscribe. Let me know if it resonated. I think that was a really long one. Well, not really. I've had other ones that were longer. Ending it at 30 some minutes. Check out my other videos. I'm gonna be always uploading. Sometimes I'm behind on shit because I don't know, these take a lot of energy, I swear. Tarot is fun, but it can be a lot sometimes. But yeah. Oh, and also, speaking of illumination, I feel like that's gonna be y'all in the near future. So, subconscious to full enlightenment and illumination. Okay, guys. Bye. Take care of yourselves. Look up at the moon tonight, because you never know. Just saying.